Get the fuck up and go outside and talk to people. Cause y'all niggas be trying to stay in the crib all day and stay to yourself. Nothing's wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Maybe I came in a little too hostile. But there's so many other things and opportunities that I also gained from going outside and talking to people, bro. Networking is so big in this industry. You can't do it alone. You can't. I don't care who you are. Not even me. Even though I could do everybody's job, I still can't do it alone. Because guess what? I still need the buildings to go inside to display this art. I still need the equipment outside to show other people I could do this art. I still need the stage to get on to show other people. So it's like, even though I encompass so many talents and so much of this and so much that, and I feel like I know it all and I can do it all, you still need that social aspect outside and that other network of people who could do more for you than you could do for yourself, or could do just as much as you could do, to the point where y'all doing things together. And now you might have found your team, your dream team. So the whole world will see you now. You know what I'm saying? Get about your room, get about your crib, get about your head, go perform, go execute, go talk.
Peace and welcome to the Art4Artists podcast, where we explore the experience of artists, one artist at a time. I'm your host, Dios Mac, and today I'm gonna get into it real quick. This artist is so in his journey, so far into his path as becoming a creator, an artist, a photographer, a clothing maker, that it wasn't him that reached out. Most of the artists that I have on this podcast, I find on my journey of being Dios Mac. I'm gonna find you at open mic. I'm gonna find you in the store. I'm gonna find you in the museum. I'm gonna find you along my journey. This artist had a manager reach out. Two things happened to me in that moment. I realized, oh shit, my podcast doing all right if niggas is reaching out. The second thing is, this nigga might be somebody. This is the Renzo, right? Live from Queens, producer for people like Marty Baller, Hell Rel, Bali Baby. In his photographer bag, he's got creds with Benny the Butcher, Dave East, Rock Marciano, Chinese, like, come on. Future, come on. All right? We got somebody here that if this doesn't give you insight, you probably gotta get your ears checked. You probably gotta just listen a little better. What 50 said, I'm not talking fast, you just listening slow. You feel me? Like, I need you to tap all the way in, because this episode is gonna give you everything you may need from what we all, at the end of the day, everybody wants to look back at their legacy of being an artist and see the accolades of, I've worked with this person and that person and this person and that person. This artist has that. And I'm not going to just include, it's not just going to be based off the fact that, yes, his manager reached out and I felt real like, oh shit, I'm talking to somebody for him. You feel me? Like, it's bigger than that. And we're going to find this out during the course of this episode. So I present to you, D. Renzo. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Chilling.
Good.
I'm going to start with just ask you how you feeling today.
So I'm feeling immaculate.
That perfect answer. Immaculate. It has Mac in it. I'm Mac. Don't let that go over your head. First question, we're going to get right into it. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into art. Or music. So, art, your music. But you got
shit, from the beginning of the time, for real. I'm from Queens, you know what I'm saying? Queens get the money. So, you know, Nicki Minaj from Queens, 50 Cent, a lot of big up-and-coming people, Waka Flocka, you know what I'm saying? People that have shaped the industry. Fun fact, I went to the same school, elementary school Nicki Minaj went to.
Jeez.
I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta do your research.
Jeez.
But yeah, man, I started really creating music, like on some, like, using my voice over a beat.
Right.
When I was like 11 years old, you know what I'm saying?
These are called compound questions, when one question leads into the next. What started you at 11? Because 11 is an early age to just, like, you know how ball players be like, yeah, I had the ball in my hand at 4. A dad could give you the ball.
Yeah.
But, like, how did that happen? How did you get?
Well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it was my pops, you know what I'm saying? He was born in like the 70s.
Jeez.
He grew up on Rakim and all these other rappers and stuff like that. So he began rapping like the 80s, 90s. He was performing, you know, he had his groups, he had his songs, almost signed a deal, but ended up going to the military because of, you know, his own personal life reasons. But that never left him. It carried on with him to the point where it was like, all right, cool. He built a studio, a basement studio in our house. This is when we lived across the street from, you know, the infamous 40 projects. I don't know if you know about the South Jamaica houses. But I lived across the street from over there, and we was having like a lot of artists come in and out the house, and like I'm young, so I'm like 11, 10. I'm in my own world still, playing Xbox 360 with my brother, just
Right.
doing regular kid shit. So just one day, my older brother, he's like 10 years older than me, 9 years. He was down there. It was just like, yo, come through, like come see what everybody been doing down here.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Went through, and then one thing went from another. He put on a beat, and I just started like freestyling because obviously I wasn't rapping before, so I didn't have nothing written.
Yeah.
I just went up in there. It was like, all right, this what it is.
So your first time was in a booth, or was it like it was just like you was vibing and chilling with them?
I don't even think they had built the booth at that time yet. It was just the mic and the computer. Facts.
Damn.
Facts.
That's a first answer is already a legendary answer. Nigga got into it straight into the studio, like not like I stumbled upon GarageBand. Like the nigga just got right into it, right? What struggles made you like have a struggle? Like what made you struggle when it came to producing your art? Because I mean, you got into it so early, but like what may have held you back at any point during your journey?
Well, I remember I told you I started early, so once I started, it was still a matter of just like honing my craft and getting better at it. So
Right.
I did that while it was there. You know what I'm saying? I made like my first 6, 7, 8 songs there in my crib. And then we had to move. So then we had lost that studio. I guess, everybody else that was, the older cats, they kind of just had their own things going on too. So we just left that alone until one day, like 3, 4 years later, I ran into my bro Peso Mills. We went to middle school together. Um, Ran into him at school, and he was just like, "Yo, yeah, I'm making my own rap group, like da da da." Yeah, hit me up on Facebook. He was just like, "Yeah, bro, this is what we doing. Just send me like a voice note. Let me know you can rap or something." So I just freestyled some shit. Oh, it was written. It was one or the other, but I did it through like a messenger voice note. Sent it to him. He's like, "Oh, I bet." So this is what we doing. Da da da. I got a studio session over here at my son Zeus Innocent crib. That's where it all began at, man. Is shout out to Peso Mills. He got me serious, you know what I'm saying? Back on it, like,
Facts.
Like this is what we're really doing.
All right, so Peso Mills, shout out to Peso Mills. What is your most prized creation thus far?
My most prized creation, as far as what? Like in what? Because I do a lot of things, but I create a lot of things. So where? Sonically, physically?
Let's go with let's go with all included, because there's a lot of things you create, and I can understand.
All included?
Yeah, like anything. What is that one thing that you created that means the most to you?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh shit, that bust my brain. That shit went over my head. You answered that shit. So I feel like I need more of that. Unpack the me. Like unpack the parts of you that you created that you're proud of.
So, me. I'm a recording artist, songwriter, producer, designer, model, consultant. I dibble and dabble in artist management, but being that I am an artist myself, I don't exactly take people under the wing and tell them I'm gonna conquer the whole world for them,
Facts.
So that's why I call it consultation for real, because a lot of artists call me here and there for resources, tips and tricks, knowledge, whatever it is, insight. So that's one hat I wear. But yeah, my favorite part of being me is just creating. So like all the things that I've created, what I'm saying, for my clothing brand, the hoodies and photo shoots I've orchestrated and executed on, the beats that I make for artists, I see them get placed. Like Trev Mula, he just did one of my beats. He an international artist named Trev Mula. I don't know, Pum Pum King, that's what they call him. Boom. So I gave him one of my beats, what I'm saying? We was in the studio, I made it, boo boo, here. So we at the show, I just performed that probably like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He's performing too. You know what I'm saying? He performed the beat I just gave him. So I'm just like, wow, that's fire. Like just threw it right back in my face. Like, oh, it's my shit. Like,
yeah.
So it's like shit like that is cool, it's fun. Cause it's like you saying something to somebody and they reiterate it back to you in a fire way. Like it's like, wow, like I bet. And then modeling too, that was fun. It got me in tune with a lot of designer brands, and kind of really got me on my fashion shit for real. Because a lot of people felt like, rest in peace to my man's Farhan. He was a celebrity photographer. He did that too. He's like, yo, you gotta work on your image for real. You know what I'm saying? I never knew what that meant when I was 14, 15. Like, what do you mean, bro?
Right.
Like, what do you mean work on your image? Like, nigga, I wake up every day and put on Jordans and True Religion. Like, that was your fly back then. For me, so I'm like, nigga, I don't fly. Like, what you talking about? But it was a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot deeper than that. So fast forward. Yeah, bro, I can't even just unpack it. Like, yeah, this is my one favorite thing. Like, nah, like everything that I do creatively, I love to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is me. You can't really just pick and choose. I can't pick and choose when I want to be me, because I'm me all the time.
Jeez. Clip, the culmination idea, like the idea of it all, because other episodes, other people have answered with the me as the creation, right? As their favorite creation. But I love how you're putting it, where it's like, it's not just the identity as much as it is the, like, every last aspect of this art piece is a like reflection of who I am, especially the beats, like the beats then being placed with somebody else and watching them blow up and literally live part of what you, like an aim that you had for yourself, you literally watching it come to fruition for somebody else. Like, I think that's mad powerful, because I feel like one of the greatest things that we have as artists is the ability to, like, once I've done something positive and great for myself, as in living in my truth, I have the ability to affect someone else to live in their truth, especially with your artist consultation. Like, I feel like that, or it was consultation.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh yeah. So like guiding someone to do exactly what you're doing. And again, it's not let me make a disciple. It's more like let me make that person themselves. That shit is powerful.
Like, you know, I'm not too concerned with, you know, taking people and running their whole career for them. I'm more so concerned with what I really got going on. And it just so happens to be that I'm able to help these many people because of how many things I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From see if I wasn't on the camera right now, I'd be able to shoot this right here. Because that's what I was doing for Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? I was doing interviews and drops and event coverage. That's how I was running into people like Rock Marciano and Method Man and Sauce Walker and, you know what I'm saying, all these people and doing all these things because the hats I was wearing, bro, like it really placed me in so many different places in the industry, from being the person recording the artist to the artist being recorded. Or and even more serious cases where it's like, wow, like, I'm glad this nigga do all of this stuff. It's like, it'll be times we in the studio, the engineer don't know what he doing, or there is no engineer. So guess what? I'll put a beat on that I made, then have to engineer for an artist that I might be having on it, and then hop in the booth myself with the equipment and record myself.
Right.
And then go as far as even like, all right, cool, I'm gonna create content now. I throw my camera on, boom, open up my resources that I ain't gonna tell about that, I edit with and shit like that. And I make my whole own little, you know, on put together video shoots and shit like that, and promo that on the gram and do my marketing and my own funder. Like, it's just a lot, you know, it's a lot. That's why I can't just pick it all apart. I just love being me.
Right. I think that's the most fire journey of art, is like, I feel like every artist is just on a lifelong journey of becoming themselves, right? And every day that you create the next thing is just another, like, it's another, like, I call it fossilized moments. Like, when you make art, like, that song you made last week is never going to be recreated, because it's that moment. That version of you will never come back again. It's just that, and then you make another song, and it's stamping these moments. It's not like, oh yeah, here's the date. It's like, no, here's the fucking frequency of what this shit sound like. Me and my niggas went to the studios, 3 niggas. The engineer didn't pull up. I had blunts in my pocket. We bought a bottle of Henny way early in the day. We was vibing. That sound and frequency, that moment is only that moment. And that's what I love about it, because you can't get that shit back. Like, there's those moments that, even the fact that the engineer didn't show up, you get to a point in your career where engineers is fiending to be around you. So all of a sudden, it's like that moment never comes back, or you engineering, you feel me? So great fucking answer. Love how you answered that. We're going to go to the next question. What do you see for you and your art if you could create your future?
Well, if I could create my future, which is something I do a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's called Transcendental meditation. I learned it from Jim Carrey. It's basically like, even if you are where you at right now in your present moment, you can literally look out the window. It's like daydreaming. It's a form of daydreaming, but it's meditation just with your eyes open if you want to keep your eyes open. And you just see what it is that you want for yourself. It's like planning ahead of the future. It's like, damn, I want a Chipotle burrito bowl. Right. So at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna place this order on DoorDash, put my bowl together, and then they're gonna deliver it to me at this time. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I go about it in my future. So for my career, I sit here and I think about where I see myself. You know what I'm saying? Where I see myself, I visualize it all the time. I see it. I ain't gonna tell you what I see because I don't want nobody else to know what I. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to know. Very, very. So for my future, bro, I just want to be a bigger me, and be so big of a me that I become an umbrella for littler me's.
Facts. You know
what I'm saying? This is why I'm starting my LLCs and corporations and companies now, so that way we so big and everything's already aged. The bank just gonna throw $5 million my shit here. Do what you gotta do. All right, cool. Facts. I don't need no record label now. I am the record label. You know what I mean?
There's another. I feel like that's another like iteration of that me. You feel me? Like I feel like that me is gonna continuously come back because, especially with, I love how you touched on transcendental meditation because that's a huge part of who I am, a huge part of how I navigate my life, right? And I feel like some of the most powerful creations, like whether it's artistic, whether it is other people, whether it is yourself, comes from literally just thinking and visualizing what you actually desire from not only yourself but from others. You feel me? So hell of an answer. You're on fire. Let's go for number 5. If you had one chance to motivate the next creator to get up and start their journey, what would you tell them?
Get the fuck up and go outside and talk to people. Because y'all niggas be trying to stay in the crib all day and stay to yourself. Nothing's wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Maybe I came in a little too hostile. Because if it wasn't for COVID, I probably wouldn't have been as nice as I was at producing. I probably wouldn't have really honed in on my fashion, clothes making skills and would have had a clothing brand. I would have never looked into a lot of the things. I would have never probably even had a diploma in photography. You know what I'm saying? I would have never had a camera probably and learned it and did all these things that got me into the modeling and the photography and music videos. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that stem from me staying to myself. But there's so many other things and opportunities that I also gained from going outside and talking to people, bro. Networking is so big in this industry. You can't do it alone. You can't. I don't care who you are. Not even me. Even though I could do everybody's job, I still can't do it alone. Because guess what? I still need the buildings to go inside to display this art. I still need the equipment outside to show other people I could do this art. I still need the stage to get on to show other people. So it's like, even though I encompass so many talents and so much of this and so much that, and I feel like I know it all and I can do it all, you still need that social aspect outside and that other network of people who could do more for you than you could do for yourself, or could do just as much as you could do, to the point where y'all doing things together. And now you might have found your team, your dream team. So the whole world will see you now. You know what I'm saying? Get about your room, get about your crib, get about your head, go perform, go execute, go talk.
Crib! Fuck. All right. I'm not gonna hold. I appreciated the whole pull up. I'm grateful that you came. I'm grateful that you're on the show. But that answer was so right for, like, I don't even care about y'all right now. That shit was right for me. Like, I've been in my room. I've been in the crib. Like, only folk, I gotta make this podcast. I gotta edit these videos. I gotta make this music. I gotta make a beat a day. I gotta work on guitar strings. I gotta do all this shit. And I'm realizing, like, well, first I was like, I don't got no bitches. But it wasn't really supposed to be that. Really, it was like, no, like, you don't got nobody. Like, there's nobody outside of you, because I'm not even going outside my door. Like, I'm not going to talk to anybody. And then wondering, damn, I don't got no motion. How you gonna have motion without people to be involved in the motion? Right. You feel me? So that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that fucking answer. That answer was, I'm gonna be, feel me? Like, now this is a clip not only for y'all, feel me, that needs to be inspired, but nigga, Mac that's looking at this video in the future, nigga, you're welcome, nigga.
Yeah, it's for me too, man. When I speak, I'm not just speaking just for you to hear it. Sometimes I need that message to get out my own head. You know, I'm an artist, but I'm a creative. I'm just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? but I'm my own self. Of course, I'm unique. I'm special. But just like, you know, we have similarities. We humans. Sometimes we really be in our own heads.
That's a fact, bro. Perfect. All right, we're gonna keep going because we already reached the end of the questions, but I'm gonna give you the bonus questions because the answer's perfect. So
Let's get it.
Where do you mostly draw your inspiration?
A lot of my inspiration, bro, for real, it comes from just living life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you gotta go outside. You gotta put yourself in certain rooms and environments and speak up. Open your mouth. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's a real saying. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth closed. Where the food? How you gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? You gotta say something. So a lot of times, my inspiration came from the times where I was just staying to myself and in my own head, probably watching a movie or reading a book or on my laptop doing whatever I'm doing. But the inspiration comes from my own mind and from the influences around me. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends, the shorties I'm messing with, you know, what I've probably seen on TV, a movie. I'm a movie guy. It's a lot of deep shit in movies.
Facts.
You know, yeah, bro, I just let the world take me sometimes. And whatever the world throw at me that I could catch, throw that shit all in my pocket. Then I go back to the crib and I cook up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. That's amazing answer. I feel like that goes along with, like, sometimes you get into the bag of, just like you said in the answer previously, like sometimes you get in the bag of just being in your head and being in the process. Like Rick Rubin calls it craft. Like there's some days you working off straight inspiration and there's other days you working off of, I'm in the craft. And just like a basketball player, I'm getting my reps. Like I'm just rep. But it's not like, oh, I want to hoop today. No, I'm working on the reps, like just to get the shit right. And I feel like a lot of us can spiral in this way of like, yo, I'm doing this beat a day. I'm just trying to stick to, let me do this 30-day challenge and you feel me? And sometimes it's not based off of inspiration. I think it's really important for us to do exactly as you're saying, like go out into the world and have something to speak about, have something to like, all right, this like, last beat I made that I loved was some shit called Lost in Kyoto because I watched Lost in Translation.
You make beats, right?
Yeah.
It's tough. We're going to talk about that.
I mean, we're gonna tap in. I already knew we were gonna tap in, but we're gonna tap in. But like I watched Lost in Translation and I'm just I made a beat inspired off of the feeling of the movie. Right. Not any scene, but like the fucking feel. I was like, shit, like this shit. I'm sitting there like watching the whole shit and I'm really realizing it's like I'm not feeling to have a jaw. I'm feeling to just have this feeling. They in a different country, both American in a different country, and they vibing off of the fact that they have that one thing in common, but the whole environment is foreign.
What country they was in?
They was in Japan. So that's why I could, like they say Lost in Translation because everybody's speaking a different language except him and the shorty that he meets, is Scarlett Johansson. Him and Scarlett Johansson. That shit fire. Oh my God. And then and there's one scene, shorty's on the train just looking out the window, and I've had this mad times in New York when you go above ground and you just like you sitting but you staring out the window and watching the world go by. And like that's why I made Lost in Kyoto, because Kyoto is a major city in Japan. So I made something that just felt like that because I traveled a lot of the world. So I was like, yo, let me but that's the best kind of beat in my opinion. Like I love the beats where I'm just like, I'm gonna just make something today, but that shit sounds like I'm just making something today.
What's your favorite place outside of America you visited so far?
That's a hell of a question. This nigga trying to steal my show. The favorite place I say is I can't really phrase Cape Town, South Africa. I was out there for I got signed to a modeling agency out there. I shot a movie out there, like a mad crazy shit. And the women that I was messing with out there, they still inspiring music right now, bro. Like it's just like it's a whole different frequency, bro. Like so, it was there, bro. Like just being there and being in that energy, being in that African heat, bro. Like that shit different. Like it don't feel like regular heat because it's like on your skin. Like, you know when it's dumb hot in the city and it feels like the heat is not leaving, like it's just like like it's a layer of heat. That's what it feels like. Like that's what Africa feels like. It's like surrounding you, and you feel it off the plane. As soon as you hop off the plane, it's like, oh shit, like I was wearing layers, I'm bugging. Like there's no such thing as layers, niggas. There's mesh shirts, nigga. That's why you see bad like Rastas and all them niggas, like they wear mesh shirts, but it's because it's necessary. Like it's hot, like it's not regular hot. You feel me? But I've been a few places, but I really I appreciated that shit different just because it felt like a homecoming. Although Cape Town's like the most Americanized version of Africa, but it's still like, it's the energy, bro. Like, it's the energy, it's the people. I met cab drivers that knew 7 languages, bro. Like, that's not regular, bro. So,
that's not regular.
You feel me? So, but yeah, for people out there, I recommend traveling the world. Fuck wherever you from. Nah, no disrespect, but fuck wherever you from. Travel the world. I got a last bonus question. Who has been the artist? Because this question was written specifically for you. This has never been asked to any other artist. So, and it's because of your track record and your accomplishments. Who has been the artist? Oh, I can't write for shit. Who has been the artist you've worked with that offered the most inspiration?
That I've worked with that offered the most inspiration. So the artists that I've worked with that I ain't gonna lie, Bally Baby for real. I'm not gonna lie, Bally Baby got it, cause she be freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Like me, like she not like some artists. They gotta sit there and pin something down for mad long and then get in the booth. She's on some just to beat. I bet load it up, hop in this shit, do what she do. She'll hop out. And if something not the way that she like it, or the way, you know what I'm saying, she'll be like, hold on, let me see real quick. I'll get out the way, or for me, she'll hop on the computer. She know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because little backstory, she got you know, a recorder set up down in Georgia too and shit like that. So I went over her crib when I was out there. You know, we was getting into working out there too, you know what I'm saying? Even her brother is nice too. Fendi, he's nice. He's good. Been sending him mad shit. He been sending like that, sending it back.
Damn.
Got work coming, so yeah, Bally Baby. Shout out to you.
Shouts. All right. We've reached the end of easily one of the best.
Oh, hold on. My fault. And she made this hat. You heard? Gangster. She a designer, all of that. Like, yo, you heard?
Tap in.
Yeah, real deal.
Tap in with Bally Baby for the hat, because if you still wearing trucker hats and you want to look cool, like this motherfucker coming into looking like a demon, and we don't know what this nigga look like today, but this is a fire-ass hat. Niggas need knits, bro. Like, let's get different. Let's get different 2024.
And if you all gonna wear a trucker hat, go get that Godspeed trucker hat. Shout out my brother Sav. Gangster.
Yeah, the whole fucking brand Godspeed. Shout outs. I shouldn't be shouting you out because you don't sponsor, but I'm not gonna front. This is just love on this podcast, and I seen your shit. Godspeed's A1, the whole brand, top to bottom. Love all that way. The last thing that I need you to do, bro, is plug them into everywhere they can find you. Whether it is your socials, whether it is, you know, on Spotify, SoundCloud, the fucking Apple Music, everywhere they can find you, so they know. And I'm gonna make sure it's tagged right here on the screen. So
right there? All right, bet. So look, boom. It's your boy Renzo on the spot. Don't make it too hot. Grab. You can find me on all social medias, specifically Instagram for real, at the only D Renzo, TheOnlydRenzo. And you can find me on Google, my music and everything, D.Renzo. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, 150 plus stores. That's what distribution is for, you know?
Facts. This is Art4Artists. I love y'all. This is a great episode. I feel inspired. I hope you do too. This is Renzo, my boy.
Yeah.
Officially the homie.
Mac with the Mac.
Yes, sir.